Hello, everyone.
Hi, coach. This is Venkat.
Hey, Venkat, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You're from Illinois, so very good.
Yes, yes.
So here, I'll explain this initial balance. So usually initial balance is used during the New York Open, but I've been applying it now to the Asian Open, the first hour of the Asian Open, and also the first hour of the London session. And it's
Okay.
been and it's been working quite well. Hello, Miguel. Hello, Sam. I'm assuming everyone here is all from the States. That's why not a lot of Filipinos, they're still sleeping.
It's almost 12 hours backwards, right? Oh no, forward. I think.
Yeah, yeah. And it's gonna be in November, right?
Yes,
So,
yes, yeah.
yeah. So is this on my thing here, on my chart here, you have that, but I like how the like all the VWAP deviation levels are forming. And this is establishing this is most again begins at the what we call the ETH session, which is the electronic trading hours. So this is basically during the Globex all the way through the New York close. So by the time the New York Open, it's already well established, and that's what I trade on based on those levels. A lot of people are asking, well, what are those things yet? Well, those are my deviation levels based on the VWAP, but also based on the opening of the really the opening of the market. There's a way I can also do it just for the VWAP for the the New York Open or the New York session, which is from 9:30 Eastern to 4 p.m. And some traders use that as well, but I like to see the overall plotting when it first begins. I think it's 6 a.m. I think 6 a.m. Eastern. Wait, let me see here. Yeah, 6 a.m. Eastern. So we're gonna wait. We're here in this bar right here. So here's the first, second. This is the third last bar. So we'll see what happens after this close of this last bar. Okay.
Okay.
And that's around 14 minutes left. There's our toner right here. And that's how we're gonna react. Most of the people here are members, right, of the trade room. So you guys have the access to the indicator for this. In fact, this is what you guys should be looking at. This is your chart, actually. Here, this is without the view app that I use. So this is your chart. So that's how your chart should look like once you get access and be able to download everything. Same thing here. So it's nice and clean. You guys using that chart? You guys using your chart there?
Yeah, I tried to download the stuff that you provided and try to set it up, but it's a little different, so I don't want. Yeah,
Ah,
okay. Yeah.
so we can do a quick assist. I can help with this configuring your chart.
Okay.
Just let me know when you would be available.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Hey Dom,
Is this hello? Hey Sam.
Hey, I got a question on this chart here. When I was looking at the rules and how to apply the rules for the shorts and the longs, does it
Okay.
apply to this three Unirenko chart? Is that what it applies to, or is it the 20 by 4 or
Okay. So what I'm using, which I find to be very clear, not a lot of pullbacks and all that. I use the Unirenko. That 20 by 4 is usually Ninja Renko.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I've got, the Ninja Renko on that.
Okay. You may the rules there is really based. It's basically the rules are based. In fact, I gotta update the rules because we've added a lot of things onto the chart. So the rules basically is this: we're looking at a short when we see the yellow line, which is the 21 EMA. Again, this is for a short. We're looking for a
Hmm.
short when the 21 EMA is below not only the blue, which is the 55 or the mid band. This is really the mid band of the Keltner channel, and below the white line, which is the 233. So
Okay.
what's happening here now is when you have everything below the 233. What I mean by everything is the 55 EMA, which is the blue line here, and the 21, which is the yellow. If both of those are below the 233, which is the white line, then we are looking at a short bias.
Okay. So none of that red coming down from the blue turn
Mm.
reversal bar, none of that would have been a short position because it's on top of.
Yeah. If you're looking for a high probability trade setup, right?
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people want to take it maybe sooner than that. But again, like for example, when we see this, the TTM turn red, where do we
Hmm.
see our signal? We usually see our signal. We can find it here. Yeah, right there. Here's the signal right there. It's blue one,
Yeah.
right? Yes, you can take that. I mean, why? This is basically we're below. This is below the
Different.
55, and the
Okay.
21 is now crossing to go below. You can actually take that. And where would your primary target be? Would it be 233?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with the
Right.
yellow candles right up there, right when
Yeah,
right
right here,
at,
right here. Yep.
yeah.
You can take,
Is
yeah,
that
this signifies a crossing of the 21 and the 55.
okay? Is that what you say would be confluence to take that short?
Yeah, yep,
Okay.
yep. You have three, well, basically you have two confluences here. You have this signal right here, this one,
Hmm.
signifying on the TTM. Second one would be the crossing of the 21 with the 55.
Okay.
So yes, once you see, because once you see just one, sometimes it just prints one, take it. You need to have the three bars.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
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 And then I've got another question. The reason I'm asking is because if I would like to, like I was discussing last night, is I would love to do multiple evaluations
Right,
that, and then use
right,
trade copier to link them
right,
together.
right.
And I didn't want to have such a big stop. So what would your idea like on that be? Because I know sometimes the stops are on this
Okay, so yeah,
pretty,
so I
pretty
didn't.
large.
So let me see. Let me trade my. So I'll be trading a PA here, which is I want to make sure, and I'll show you what my settings are. Okay, what we use on the MNQ based
Okay.
on not only if it's a 25K or a 50K evaluation or PA. Wait, I'm
It'd be
just
a
gonna
50, I'd
right.
be doing 50s.
Okay, so I'll show you what that looks like. Hold on. Right now, I'm just gonna find out what's my account that I need to trade. Because right now, I'm expecting a payout on one account. I don't want to be trading it because on Bunax, you're not supposed to trade the account that you requested.
Yeah,
Uh,
don't let me mess you up because I mean, you don't have to show me. You can just tell
no,
me
no,
because I don't want to mess you
you know,
up.
I'll show you. I just had to get this, make sure that I have my trade set up
Okay.
right here.
And then do you
Yeah.
have a trade copier that you would recommend for Ninja Trader 8?
Yeah, I do. I don't use Apex. I bought Apex, but I had issues with it. I have one that's really good. Um, I'll I'll put that in our what you call it, in our Telegram chat.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. See here, just looking at where I'm at.
And I know that Apex was given a free 50 or whatever, whichever one you wanted.
Right.
Are you still leaning towards more of the Beluga? What's it called? The My Trading, or I forget the name of the other one.
My funded futures.
Yeah, or the other one though starts with a B.
Yeah, Buellnox. Yeah, which I'm trading right
Yeah.
now. Yep.
Okay. And you still find
Buellnox,
that?
yeah, Buellnox for quite. That's why I trust them.
Okay.
And oh, hold on. Here we go. Yeah, I like Buellnox. They might be a little expensive, but especially the PAs. However, they pay out now. I mean, now I had a meeting with Apex that were here in the Philippines, and in fact, they've come up and asked, they'll be offering me a position to really help them grow here in the Philippines, and around Asia. So the thing is now what they're doing, there's a lot of things that they're trying to improve on, okay, according to Daryl that he had mentioned. But as of now, Buellnox pays faster than Apex. So if Buellnox, you request it on Friday, they process it on Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and you get it that same day, they process it. Depending on your bank, again, if you get it, if you're able to get it the same day, or it can be the next day. Again,
Okay.
based on your bank. Now, with Apex, last time I got funded, it took me around 15 days,
Hmm.
which I find a little too long, right?
Mm-hmm. But they still paid you, it was just a
Yeah,
delayed
yeah,
process.
exactly. Which is good because they still pay. All these companies that I've been with, they've been paying me, so I have no problem with the payment. It's just how long it takes you to wait and get it. Okay, so
If
now
we
here,
weren't in a hurry for the payout and we got in a system of, knowing when you take a payout in 10 days, it may be 2 weeks to three before you get your money. I'm used to
right?
that in the medical field.
Okay,
So if you're accustomed to that, do you think Apex would still be okay?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Apex.
It's just the payout time frame.
So far Apex has never paid. They've been paying, and I've been with Apex. I mean, from the get go, I've been with Apex. In fact, I've been been following Daryl since I used to work for him before. Um,
Okay.
here's the setting for now. This I'm trading a 25K, right?
Okay.
So the setting for a 25K is usually, and this is um anywhere from 3 to 4 contracts. Now, if I'm trading this Asian session, usually the volatility is not as strong as the New York, so my take profit is a little narrow, smaller than my usual U.S. Open. So
Mhm.
if I'm going to be using a 25K, I trade either 3 to 4 contracts the most. Now, if it's a strong trend, I would then scale in with another 3 or 4 contracts. So if I'm going to set this up, I'm going to set this up at 4 contracts right now at a $20. So if I'm doing this, this is my setting right there. 60
Let me let me see.
40 take profit. Now during
Okay,
the
I've got
US
mine set
session,
on.
yeah,
Okay. And
during
then
the during
according
the
to these
US,
charts.
yeah, during the US session, I use a 50 take profit.
And then what about stop loss? Say
Same thing,
60.
60. Yep. But I usually adjust my stop loss again based on where the swing level is,
Okay.
the previous swing.
Right. You just
And
have a template. So because
yeah,
the market moves so fast,
fast. Yeah. Yeah.
if you have it too much, too,
Yeah, exactly.
you get stocked out before you can even
Right.
move
So what
your,
happens when I notice that, because sometimes I do when the market is moving pretty fast during the open, I just put that in, and what I do, I just adjust it to make it 100 and 100, adjust it accordingly as I enter the trade.
gotcha. Okay. All
I
right.
would adjust my stop loss, and I would just again, depending on where the swings are, and we're depending. I base my profit target also based on my deviation levels. So that's another thing, because a lot of people don't have the deviation levels. So they're asking me, how do you know, where do you know where to take profit? Since you guys have the Keltner channel there, I would use the outer bands as your target.
Mm-hmm. And when you say the deviation levels, is that the red levels and the yellow levels?
No, right here. These are deviation. Let me see here, right here. These are deviation levels right here. This
Oh,
black one
okay.
is the VWAP. This yellow line is really what each of these lines represent 0.25 in deviation. So here's the VWAP, minus 0.25, minus 0.5, minus 0.75, and that's minus 1, minus 1.25, and so on all the way you get down to minus 3. And that's the same thing when you go up, which is the plus 1, plus 2, and plus 3
Is
deviation.
that a separate indicator?
Yeah,
Because I don't have that one on mine.
yeah. I programmed it, so that's why it's not free.
Okay.
Though most of my students who took the VWAP class, they had to they did actually take the class. They paid for the indicator.
How much is that indicator? Do you mind me asking, or you can put it in a message? I don't care.
Well, the whole course. In fact, I'll be offering a special price. Before, when these students paid, they paid around I believe it was 270, 279. I gotta check. So I haven't offered this quite some time. I don't know if you know Karen. She's one of the coaches here.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one. That's what she uses, the VU app, ever since. When she was also with Sikatna, she was using that all the time on another monitor.
Okay.
So yes, I
And
usually was that.
that VWAP, that's separate from what I've already
Yeah.
purchased. So that'd be separate.
You know what? I did give you a free one, but it's not as programmed as here. In fact, what it is just showing you the levels, the plus 1, plus 2. It's not showing you the in betweens, which is this one. And that's what I had to program. Why? Um, there is a program on NinjaTrader, which is part of NinjaTrader, but you need to have the lifetime license to get it.
I have it.
Oh, you have the lifetime license?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to how to know, okay, when I have that lifetime license, but again, you have this, but you don't have the in-betweens. I was able to program that. So if you have that, I have a template. If you're interested, in fact, there's a lot of people asking, where can we get the template like this that I have? And I said,
Mm-hmm.
well, let me find out how much a one-time fee. You guys can have it. It's going to be all coded.
Yeah,
So
please
when you load
do.
it up, yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, that and then the trade copier, that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
yep. I'll send you the video of the trade copy. If you're interested, then I'll have the link there provided as well. In fact, that's what I've been using Apex before, and I had a lot of issues. So that's why I had to find another trade copy that works real well.
Okay. And then when you put your, because right now, like I think well, just as I said that, I have a session that's starting on my, well, I'll just have to reformat the time frame. Because it looks like your time started an hour ago and mine just started on my chart from
No, okay. So here's the settings right now. So here, okay. So we finally ended that one. Here's the candle we're supposed to be looking at. In fact, we're down here. We have a small rejection here. Here is the setting right there. I can send you the setting right here, 8 p.m. This is Eastern time, all based on Eastern time. So this one session duration is 9 hours. I'm doing this all the way through the London. Initial balance duration. This is what we want. because we're doing the Asian, so it's the first 1 hour, right? And other than that, that's the only thing you have to look, because everything's all defaulted.
Okay. And
But
you'll
the
send me
only,
the settings on the Asian, London, and US.
yeah, yeah,
I got the US because,
okay,
I'm
yeah,
in Central Time Zone.
yeah. So again, this is all based on Eastern, adjusted accordingly to your time zone. I'm here in the
Okay.
Philippines. I'm using the Eastern time because that's what I've been used to ever since as living in Chicago. I mean, that's Central. I still use Eastern time.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Man, this has been a great, I appreciate everybody listening to us
Yeah,
take out a few moments
yeah,
there because this has been very helpful.
yeah, no problem. Um, so this is where we're at. If this is going to continue coming down, I would be looking at, I'm looking at how this is setting up, and it's setting up pretty good because why? We're really down here and we're getting a lot of pullbacks. These are all these pullback trades. So it's really pulling back on the 21 EMA. We have our mid band here in the blue one now about to go below the 233. This has still may have a possibility it may go up here and then come back down to continue going to either the 1.25 or the 1.5.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wait for this entry. Technically, if I'm gonna
Well,
enter this, what I'm gonna be looking at is maybe once this gets further down, because this is what we call pullback. Why?
mhm.
We have a long wick, and you can see it's coming up there. We get rejected, and most likely it's gonna come down. So it's gonna try to test this level again. If they can extend it further, yes, they would. But however, they want to make sure that it's below what we call here a lower high. So we have a high here. You can see this. We're going down. So we're actually seeing lower highs, producing lower lows. So if this pullback is lower than that, that's good. You want to see then a lower low, which basically goes from here to here. Now, since we're looking at this pullback, let's see what's going to happen. We also have a pullback right here, this red one right here. See that? I don't know if you can see it, but since it's colored red, I see that tail right there. See, we're getting lower lows. So this tail here would most likely be lower. Now, if I want to enter this trade, see, look at that, it's pushing up. I'd really get down, maybe down to here.
Order submitted.
It's most likely, once it gets down below that right there, it has a higher probability it will continue coming down. So right now it's really testing this high. Again, also the mid band, right? It may pull this whole thing here may pull to the mid band and then suddenly come back down. So that's what we're going to be looking at. But my entry is well below that. So if it does really come down, there's my entry. My target would be where? Either 1.25
1.25, yeah.
or the 1.5. And I think what I'd be looking is really the 1.5. It's closer to the previous day's low, which is this one. And if this is pulling back, you can see we're most likely we're pulling back into that mid band. So what we want to do is also show a good Fibonacci retracement. And there it is. It is. They want to get the 36.2 pullback. It's going to be right at the mid band, like I said. So maybe that's where they're trying to get at. And then eventually come back down. First target for the extension would be this blue line right here, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
low, right below the 1.25, which is good. But this next one is really down here. There's 61.8 or
Yeah.
161.8 extension would be down here.
That's the
Like
magic
that.
number, right?
Yeah. It's usually the magic number of both of these.
Yeah.
Sometimes they reach this 127, and what do? They pull back into the Fibonacci pullback and then come back down and finally knock out this extension. And that's what they do sometimes. So sometimes I have my target right here in the first time. And if they do pull back, then I'll take another trade coming back down to hit this extension. So now since this my first target is down here, I will, if we enter this trade, I will most likely enter my profit target right here or at the pivot. at the daily pivot. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's going up. What I'm waiting for is a reversal bar to the downside, which is basically a blue bar like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
So as we wait for that, we'll see what happens. Okay.
Okay. And then will your the indicator that you designed, will that come within like instructions on not only how to
Yeah.
obviously
Yep.
load it, but
Yep.
like how to use it?
Yeah. How you use it, how the institutional traders, how they bounce off these certain levels.
Perfect.
So there, look at this. So now we did touch the mid band. Now let's watch for this reversal bar. And you see this range here, that's the bar range of the bars all the way down here. Based on this, I'll leave it there. Just maybe leave it maybe here, a little closer to this deviation level where it will come down.
So when you're entering the trade, you never really doing the first touch rules and stuff like that. You're waiting for momentum to pick back up and then enter it.
Exactly. I'm more of a momentum trader.
Okay.
Now it's up to, each trader has their own unique style. So adjust accordingly. I'm just showing you the, where the levels are.
Mm-hmm.
So you're more of a touch.
Well, I would like to say that, but I'm not very successful with it. So that's why I was noticing that you're doing it more on when it picks momentum back up
Right.
for it to go.
Right. Because
Versus
that's what we want to have is the momentum because there's less effort in reaching your profit target
Mhm.
rather than going against the momentum or against the trend. When you go against a trend, I'd rather scalp. Right now with my settings, I think it's a $75 trade on is it 75? Wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry, it's 20. It's basically $20 trade each contract on MNQ. So if I'm using 4, so that's what you're looking there is basically 2 times $80 that I'm looking at
Okay.
if I don't move the profit target. So
And then
each
how many
trade I will
points is
get
that?
$80. So that's
How many
around
points
40
is that
points.
usually?
So
Uh,
there's 40 ticks, so that's around 10 points.
Okay, gotcha.
But during the New York Open, I have 20 or 50 ticks, which is approximately, how many points would that be? Would that be around 50 divided by 4?
Like 12 and a half,
Yeah,
something like that.
right there, 12 and a half, I think it is.
Okay.
So I think what this is going to do is probably touch that. We're trying to touch this session mid, which is right here. You can see this line right here, this one,
Mhm.
session mid. They like going back, touching that, and then coming back down.
Now, does it bother you that the indicator, the squeeze down there is turned green?
No, because that's why I have this line. It's really, the strength is not there or the momentum. Once it starts getting up to this green line here, which is basically what is this? Is this 4? Oh, -8. That's when I see momentum picking up. I wonder why it's 4. Let me see here. Hold on. Yeah. And on top of that, you see this right here. We have a fair value gap to the downside right here. So we have a lot of confluence. You see this right here, this border. We have a lot of confluence going, a lot of resistance right here. That's why they have to really have a lot of momentum to really break through here. So right now, my bias is to the downside.
That fair value,
Yeah.
how did that come on?
I have a indicator, another free indicator. It's called fair value gap, based on ITC. I don't know if you're familiar with the ITC trader.
No.
Okay, he's known for another system that he does, but what I've learned about the fair value gap, it's like a very good. It plots the support and resistance levels based on the fair value gap. I have a video that I can share with the group of what the fair value gap is, and also provide the indicator if you guys are interested in that.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so that's basically a fair value gap based on a 5-minute chart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best time to plot the fair value gaps on a 5-minute. That's what, according to the other traders, has been doing. So that's why I just base it on a 5-minute chart rather than on a tick chart. Because you can actually put in a tick chart based on a tick chart. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Let's see here.
How does it plot on your 3 Uniranko if it's on the 5?
It plots good. It just basically it would plot based on the 5-minute chart.
Okay.
That's how that program works. It doesn't matter what chart you're using.
Oh, good. Okay.
So right there. So based on the data series. So you can actually plot this to any type. You can have the tick. You can have, yeah, it doesn't show the unit Renko, but you have the tick, but we usually use the minute, the time base.
Looks like you're going to get filled.
Yep.
Okay.
Again,
Order
yep,
filled.
there's the rejection. You have a lot of rejection there. That's why it's coming down. So now I have it there. Now we have this there. I'm going to push this down because that's exactly at the low level there. So I'm going to push this down all the way to where I have maybe right here, or even to this right there, to the daily pivot around right there. Now I'm going to I'm going to scale in another 4 right here,
Order submitted.
right below.
Order
There you
filled.
go. You see how fast I came? That's why I was
Golly,
able to do it.
wow.
So now we can base this. Do you see how that basically we pulled back closer to 38 right here? So I'm looking at around down here. So let's see if it's going to come through. Now I have 8 total contracts on here. Again, I'm on this PA. My goal is to make at least 200 to 300. Yesterday I made over 700. So as long as I can keep it consistent, the consistency percentage on Bilonox is 40%. And currently I am, where am I on here? 23% consistent, which is good.
Very good.
So what it says here, right? There we had a what? We had support, right? So what it does now, once it hits that support, it breaks that support, it would break it and then pull back into that support again, and then eventually come back down again.
And then when do you start to trail that when it does a leg up like that?
I don't want to. You know what? I don't really trail it because NQ. I let NQ breathe, to tell you the truth. I
Okay.
will. Because most likely when we get into these entries, it really. I don't. If I take a loss here, let's say my stop is here now, my swing, I have another, see this, a fair value gap. I'd rather have it here or even to the next deviation level, which is right here. Or we have a major swing point here, the blue one. You're gonna put it up there, but I just let this breathe.
Okay.
Even though I may have some drawdown, that's fine. Each trader has their own risk tolerance. Some people start freaking out. Oh, I'm already in a drawdown. I said, oh, that's fine. You want to close it out, go ahead. But
When
I
you
don't.
do it this way, what's the probability? What's the
Higher probability. That's why you need to trust the system,
yeah,
right? If you don't trust the system, why trade it?
exactly.
If you,
That's why I was asking. I was just seeing what your
yeah,
probability of the
yeah,
the high probability of that
exactly.
finishing down
So,
to those levels.
right, based on this, what we see right now, this is high probability. It's going to get down to, to tell you the truth, most likely the daily pivot. Why? Um, again, we started off here, way over here, up here by close to the, I would say the plus 0.275. Most likely it's going to get down here to the minus 0.275, which is where? At the daily pivot.
Mm-hmm. And the daily pivot's like a magnet anyway.
Right, exactly. And we have strong momentum right here based on the TTM, so I'm quite happy with that. Again, my profit target would be anywhere from 2 to 300 based on my EA amount, which is, or account, which is 25K. Now for a 50K, I'd rather be looking at around between 400 to 500
Mm-hmm.
or even 300, because if you do that for 10 trading days at 300, that's around $3,000, and they only require for a 50K, you need to have at least 2,600 before you can request for a withdrawal. With
Okay.
the 25K, they only require, I believe it's 1,600 in profits. So basically that's 53, oh no, 26, 26 5. Either 26.5 or 26.1 for you to be able to withdraw. I think with Bulox it's 26.5, if I'm not mistaken. I'm already well over that right now. I'm at 27.6. That's my balance. So
Very nice.
by the time, and this is my 7th trading day. So by the time the 10th trading day, I'm going to be well over 30,000. And the maximum you can withdraw is 1,000. So I will withdraw 1,000, continue building up my account. So by the time the third withdrawal day or withdrawal time comes around, I can withdraw, more than that 1,000.
When you get it to where you can withdraw whatever you want, what would you recommend leaving your buffer at in the account?
I usually, what I have my buffer is usually what they have in the original 25K, which is what, 1,500.
Yeah. And then you withdraw the rest of it.
Yeah.
Very nice. Wow. Okay. The lines that you drew on your squeeze,
Hmm.
the ones you plotted,
Yeah.
is that in the video? That's in the video, correct? When we can,
No, in fact, these lines I just plotted there because I look at what the levels are in there. So what
Mhm.
you can do there, how you can plot that is, use this right up here, this horizontal line on your toolbar. Click on that and just click on it here and adjust it according to the width that you want and plot it at, I have these on 8. So you can right there, right click properties and just put it at 8, right there. And and just lock it. After that, when you have that, put that at +8, press OK. And then when you have that, then you would want to lock it so it doesn't move around. Let me see here. Right there, right click, and just lock it. Right now, my plotted value, there's an 8. So now here's the question. A lot of people, it's pulling back, but if you're looking back at what's been going on, this pullback, it's actually a pullback, but it eventually get down there. A lot of people say, I'm gonna take this trade. I'm what you call it? They will close out the trade. I'm in good profit. I said, okay, if that's what you want. At least you're in good profit. For me, I know exactly where it's going to be going. I know this is going to be pullback. Why? Based on what it's been doing. Look, it's been doing here, doing here. You can see where it just pulls back and then will come back down because that's what a pullback is. Now, I might get an opportunity if it gets further up here. I'm going to create another scale in possibly here to get further down here. But since I'm already at, once I get down here with 8 contracts, I'm already over 200. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Again, here's the pullback. We're at the -2 deviation. It might try to get up to here to the 1.75. That's fine. But I know it's going to start coming down. Why? Based on the TTM, is still strong momentum to the downside.
Okay.
And now it formed another fair value gap. See this? There's another fair value gap. So it's testing that fair value gap, most likely to bounce off that, come back down.
If the market is then hitting a bottom or a top, would that fair market value then flip to where it's below the price in this instance?
Yeah, it's gonna come down. In fact, you can actually do another scale in here if you want. Once it comes back, because that's really a bounce off here. The range between from here where they bounce off or even up to 50% of that, that's usually where they really try to bounce it off. Since we already have the mid band right here, most likely the worst case scenario is they test the mid band and then come back down.
Okay.
Another opportunity to scale in if you want. Again, I would be doing that, but since this is a PA, I want to be consistent. You can do that maybe on an evaluation to really pass your evaluation faster. That's fine. Just sometimes I do trade my evaluations a lot more aggressive than I do my PAs. So I can get through the evaluation process a lot quicker. That's what I'm more aggressive with that.
Okay. I noticed that your Fibonacci icon up there on
Mm.
your tools has an extension. For some
Yeah.
reason, mine's not having an extension.
Yeah,
It just
it's another, I'm able to configure that. I have a video on how to do that.
okay.
I can share that and how you can configure the basic, what you have here on the Ninja to have the extensions with one click. Because you have, if the basic right now with the Ninja Trader, the stock, you have to have two clicks, one for the retracement and one for the extension.
Mm-hmm.
This one you just do one click and it already provides it for you.
I like that.
But that it's actually color coded. So if the pullback is here to the any of these red lines, which is the basic Fibonacci pullback, your likely extension is the red line. If it has a deep pullback to the blue line here, your likely extension will be the blue line.
Oh, okay.
We have a reversal bar here. Now, we still have we haven't seen well, we did have a pullback right here. So most likely gonna try to pull back here. We do have a fair value gap here. It's still gonna get down here. And I usually tell my students again, to them, there's a lot, some of them don't have the patience that I do. You could have taken it here when just kept on trying to test here 200. You could have kept it there and just basically take profit because we actually reached that, the extension here. It's pulling back because now it's going to come back down here and create another lower low. Because now we're creating still a lower high when it will create another lower low, eventually get down here or even to the 1.5. Before they can even do that, they have to create a lower high. So, like I said, if it comes back down here and hits the 1.25, which will give me at least 200 some dollars in profit, which is good enough for my two, I'd probably take that.
Okay. And if you were actually trading, not the evaluation, but the profit count, would this be a position where you'd add on and keep your target where it's at?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, let's say you're doing it. Well, if you're doing an evaluation, I would add on. Right.
Okay.
But what was I gonna say? So since this is where it's right now, you see we have a lower highs compared to here.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna create a lower low. Most likely it's gonna get down to the pivot. Again, what is this? We have 15 minutes left on on the 30-minute bar.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see here, it's now coming down. It's gonna really test this down here. Most
Yeah.
likely it's gonna hit my target, but if it doesn't, I'll be satisfied. For me, since this is a PA, it hit my daily profit goal. For an evaluation, yes, I'd be looking to seek out to maybe the lower low here. This lower,
Okay.
that'd be like over $300 trade.
Very nice. Hmm. Being very stubborn.
Was that?
I said it's being very stubborn.
Yeah. Have you noticed the TTM is decreasing? So I might just take this. It gives me this 200. See this? It's decreasing.
Yeah, it's
So
gotten above
yeah,
the bottom.
right. So what I might be doing once it hits this 200 right there, I'm gonna just take this right here.
Target filled.
There we go.
Very nice.
So 239 still respectable, and like I said, most likely it's going to create a lower low.
You have it nicely done.
Yeah,
Beautiful trades today as well.
yeah. Only one trade, so minimal trade got my profit target, and we're done. So I'll be having another one on the London Open. Now, I know, Sam, are you the one I was talking to before?
Yes.
Okay, about setting up your chart, right?
Yeah. But
I
I think it's pretty close to what you have, but we can take a look at it, but I don't, whenever you're ready.
Okay, no, what were you? You were the one who was trying to connect to the quick
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Mhm.
let's do that since I have time. And here, look at this. There's a reversal bar. Even be like there it is. That would have been a $300 trade. And created a lower low, like I said. And went up
Yeah.
there to create that because we have a lower high to create another lower low. And they have to do that. That's usually how price action is.
Wow, that is awesome. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna end this session. I'll send you the code.
Okay.
Venkat, you want to do that? I'll do the same thing. Or are you gonna go? Are you headed to bed? I think he's already asleep. You there, Venkat? Yeah. Okay, so